power. Citizen TV, the citizen's 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 power.
And the delay is up to 6 years. So, Chairman, I'm wondering whether the ministry would consider paying them, some with some interest. Because otherwise, if you look at the value
of Citizen TV, the citizen's power. Citizen TV, the citizen's power. Citizen TV, the citizen's power. Citizen TV, the citizen's power.
Years ago, the value certainly will not be the same today. And these people are permanently, damaged. So I would suggest, if it's possible, to pay the compensation with interest. Thank you.
Well, Honorable Chair, just to make some small clarification, these are not payments which are supposed to be made by the ministry. It is a relationship between an employer and an employee. The ministry's role is to do the assessment and also to make sure that the payments are effected. So saying that the ministry should pay with interest would then suggest that we are assuming responsibility for it. I agree with the earlier point my acting chief labor officer made. Unfortunately, in the law, the labor office do not have prosecutorial powers to be able to prosecute themselves. They may have to rely on some other agencies to be able to do that. That's why he said we are exploring the possibility of using the AG's office. But even with that, I cannot confirm until we contact them whether or not they will be able to do that on our behalf. Honorable Yusuf.
Chairman, I wanted him to tell us those that have been paid, because it's important, so that we are able to segregate those who are still owing and those who have paid. Because for some of the institutions, I don't think they should find it difficult to pay. For instance, Cocoa Health and Extension Division. Cocoa Health and Extension, they should be able to pay. So let's know those who have paid and those who have not been paid.
The document, I think, is here. Mr. Chair, if you wouldn't mind, I can make it available.
If the document is there, just look at those people who pay. We mentioned we have Ghana Health Service, National Ambulance Service, National Commission for Civic Education. Just mention those that are paid, then we'll take them.
Mr. Chair, this has to do with Ghana Railway Company. We have Samuel J. We have...
Please, which number is that? You have the document with you. We have from Ghana Health Service, National Ambulance. So let's reconcile them. Which number, so that we know the employer. Mention the employer and the number.
Do you have the details? The Suhum one.
The Suhum one is here, but it's like on the main list, we have not ticked them. Honorable Chair, we actually took out what has been paid and then we have put them on a different list. So it will be very difficult going back to the main list. So if you wouldn't mind, we make the entire document available to you.
You said you have taken those that have paid.
Yes.
So mention them.
Those are the names I started mentioning, and Honorable was saying I should go to the
because
list.
What we have here in the name you mentioned. Okay, you mention.
Ghana Railway Company Limited. We have Samuel Ajay. Then Abraham Moke, John Asante, Alfred Yenzu, Alex.
Director, Ghana Railway is not part of the employers here. So it means that the 14, none of them has been paid. Well, the list you are mentioning are all coming from one company.
Sorry, excuse me. Just give him small time to organize himself, because there are about 4 queries. They all center on Workmen's compensation. So it's like he's mixed them up. So just give him some small time to give you that.
Honorable Minister, if you have a copy of the report of the Auditor General, clerk, if they don't have a copy, can they give a copy to them? You have it there. So on the table, on page 409 of the report, the employers, the number 1 is Ghana Health Service, Suhum. And the employee name is Gloria Asante. The amount involved here is 34,333. Has this been paid? Yes, no.
No, Honorable Chair.
So it has not been paid. The next one is National Ambulance Service, Esuboy. The employee name is Seth Opoku. The amount involved is 51,500. Has it been paid?
Honorable, it has been paid.
It has been paid.
Honorable, yes.
So this is what we want. Then, next one, National Commission for Civic Education, Chebi. The employee name is William Tete Kofi. The amount is 97,000. Has it been paid?
It has not been paid, Honorable Chair.
Not paid. The next one is Seed Production Unit, Apejwa. The employee name is Kwame Ajay. The amount involved is 13,680. Has it been paid?
Honorable Chair, it's been paid.
The next one is Department of Social Welfare, Suhum. The employee name is Josephine Jokoto. The amount is 2,305. Has it been paid?
Chair, no, that one has not been paid.
The next one is Cocoa Health and Extension Division, Suhum. Employee name is Emmanuel Duya. The amount is 8,278. Has it been paid?
Yes, Honorable Chair, that one too has been paid.
The next one is Cocoa Health and Extension Division, Suhum. The employee name is Abednego Tete. The amount is 16,556. Has it been paid?
Honorable Chair, that one too has been paid.
Also has been paid. The next one is Cocoa Health again. Employee name is Prince Kobina Apia. 45,000 is amount. Has it been paid?
Honorable Chair, it has been paid.
The next one is Seed Production Division, Cocoa Board, Asamankesi. The employee name is Stella Dakwa.
Honorable Chair, that one has not been paid.
Not paid.
No.
The next one, Cocoa Health again. Suhun Ebenezer Akom Brimpom is the name of the employee. The amount is 13,362.
Honorable Chair, 31,000. It has not
31,000.
It has not been paid.
31,362.
It has not been paid.
It has not been paid. The next one is UCG Suhun Richmond Ajay Richmond Ata 22,889.
Honorable Chair, no. Most of the ECG cases are outstanding.
Then the next one, Cocoa Health and Extension Division, Suhum, Isaac Ajeni Dredu, 202,000.
No, that one has not been paid.
Has not been paid. National Commission for Civic Education, Zandek Ayiram Yao, is the name, 51,500.
Honorable Chair, it has not been paid.
And the last one is Suhum Municipal Assembly. Paulina Labi is the name, and the amount is 7,441.
It
has not been paid. So let's count those have been paid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as you said. So now it is clear. So when we are writing our report, we can also do it to cover these people. All right. Auditors, can you confirm this?
Honorable Chair, we were informed some payment has been made, but documentation to that effect is yet to be submitted to us. Thank you.
So kindly provide evidence to the auditors for those that have been paid. And then you also work on to facilitate those people who are left. Now, the issue raised by Honorable Isaac Opoku, I think is relevant. In fact, any time that employees take employers' money and there's a need to refund, auditors, you always recommend that the amount should be recovered with the prevailing Bank of Ghana interest rates. Now, here the employers owe the employees, but you are not recommending that the employer also pay with interest. Why? It should be the same. If you are asking the employee to pay with interest, like what we saw 2 days ago, this unearned salary, we always say that they should pay with interest. That's your recommendation. Here, the employers owe the employees. So they should also, the employers also should pay with what? Interest. Going forward, that should be the recommendation. It shouldn't be only one way. Honorable Yusuf.
Chairman, that is very important. Chairman, I think that the Ministry of Labour is failing us in this respect. The law is clear. The law says that within 3 months, you should be able to ensure that the affected people are compensated. It is your responsibility, and the act is clear. So it's taking us more than 2-3 years. And what we are being told is that we are pursuing it vigorously. You shouldn't have even waited for the auditors to instruct you to pursue it vigorously. So, Minister, what are you doing to ensure that this money is paid to these affected people with interest? Because it's unfair that somebody in the course of work is injured or something happens, and that person is supposed to be given compensation, and it's taking the person 2-3 years. For all you know, some of them are even dead. That's unfair. And I think that the ministry owes us some explanation. Minister, thank you.
All right, let's move to the next one. The minister was. Minister.
I was just waiting for you to admit the question before.
Okay, go ahead and respond.
Honorable Chair, I have said that the Labor Department's responsibility is to assess and work out the workman's compensation that is due the injured person, and also to inform whoever the employer is to effect the payment. So, unfortunately for us, in the law, the Labor Department do not have the right to prosecute whoever is supposed to do the payment, and in an event that they don't pay, the only way they can pursue them is to use persuasive powers. Honestly, we have an avenue to be able to make an amendment to this because we are reviewing the entire Labor Act, and I think it is one area where we can take advantage and give them propose a prosecutorial powers for them. Otherwise, the best they can do is just to work and inform the employer that this is how much you have to pay your employee that is injured, and then failing to do that, perhaps they will have to use that persuasive power. Like he said, we want to explore the possibility of also contacting the AG, whether we can also use their office whilst waiting for the new directive that we want to go. So it is not that we have failed in our responsibility, not at all. We have worked it, and it is still a debt to the companies that employ them. Maybe I can also add that after having worked it out and the figures are known, the employees themselves can also even take the employers to court for failing to honor their commitment to them based on whatever award has been given them by the Labor Department.
Once they're in the service of the company, they should take their employers to court. After the case, they will sack you.
Is their right?
So in the law, make provision to protect them. If they take them to court, after the court case, they should not be sacked. That should be a protection. Yes. All right. So next one is Department of Factories in Takoradi. It's about rent not collected. Some 30 companies failed to renew their annual license, and the total amount is 26,024 Ghana cedis. The recommendation is to the regional inspector of factories to ensure that the amount is recovered from the companies. Have you?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Fortunately for me, we have the acting director, acting factories inspector here, and I will want to defer to him to answer the question.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Chairman. We have done that to recover most of the money, but there are remainder that we have to look at. But our work normally, we have a work plan, and we normally start with the high-risk areas because of scarcity of resources. So we are doing that, and we've done the majority. So it's an ongoing process because we have to inspect the factories before they pay the certification fees. So we are looking at the high-risk areas, and it's ongoing. So very soon, all areas will be covered. Thank you. Looking at 30 companies that the chairman you mentioned, 7 have successfully renewed their certificates, and the evidence is attached, given to the audit. 16 companies accounting for 13,984 are currently non-operational, because if you look at some of the companies, when the inspectors go there, they are no more working. The operation have been inactive, they don't work, and they have to record that. But the remaining 7 companies with a potential revenue value of 7,658 receipts have been attached, and majority will be recovered as is ongoing process. Thank you.
So, in the era of moving from taxation to production, 16 factories out of 30 are not working. What is the nature of the factory? What do they produce?
Some of them actually are oil.
Chairman, the preamble to the question is too pregnant with so many issues.
Honorable Minister, but we know that we are moving from taxation to production. 7.5 years down the line, 16 out of 30 factories are not in operation. Yet we are moving from taxation to production.
Well,
or we have moved from taxation to production.
Yes. Well, perhaps before I come in, I will let him define what he means by a factory. After that, I will come and then answer your question.
He is the inspector of factories. At the factory inspectorate directory. How do you call it? What is the name? Department of Factories. So anything that he is inspecting is a factory. Whether they are producing whatever is a factory. So that is why I want to know what is the nature of those factories.
So okay.
Yeah, some of them are oil companies. Oil companies. They sell fuel. Alinco, some of them are still changed their form they've given it to other companies, so we cannot access those companies. Top Oil, I think some of them too.
So is Top Oil a factory?
Yes, because they employ 1 or 2 people for a gain, and therefore occupational health and safety must improve so that people do not get accidents, so they are a factory.
It's a company, but why is it a factory?
A factory because if you have a machine, we say for easy work, machine helps to make the work easier. So if you're even using a calculator to calculate mathematics, making your work easier, so it's a factory. So anything that employ a person for a gain is a factory.
So a filling station is a factory?
Yes. Because again, it is a business, so it's a factory. Health and safety need to be there.
So Mr. Chairman, per their work, their technical definition of a factory is perhaps different from the normal day understanding of what a factory is. And this has nothing to do with moving from taxation to production.
Minister Chairman knows very well.
So 16 fuel stations are not working.
Chairman, with all due respect to the Honourable Minister, the work of the factories inspector is a subject of the Labour Act. This House enacted the Labour Act, so we define what a factory is. It's not government that defines what a factory is. This House, this Parliament, define what a factory is. So, Honourable Minister, when you came out to say you are building one factory in one district, we knew exactly what you were building. Or one district, one factory. We knew exactly what you were building, so Chairman, there's no difference.
Chairman,
we understand what a factory
means. May I ask my honourable colleague to define what a factory is? Law.
Honourable Chair, the inspector works under a mandate which comes from a law, and what he quoted is from the definition given to him by the law. So Unfortunately, your understanding of a factory is different from his understanding of a factory per the law that he operates with.
Not at all. It appears that it's the government that is rather redefining what the factory is, other than what Parliament says it is.
No, the law was passed by Parliament in 19... yes.
We have Factories Office and Shop Act 328. That's what gives us the definition.
Honorable Mutala.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm happy my big brother and senior colleague here is the Minister for Employment, because the expectation is that once you industrialize, you build more factories, the economy grows, you create more jobs, unemployment reduces. Is it a case because there is a different definition for a factory that explains why the unemployment rate, which you took at 8.4% under the NDC, is now 13.7, because we knew it to be 14, yet we had someone here who indicated it's 13.7. Now, oh, what's that? And Mr. Chairman, no, these are facts. Statistical Service said here that it is now unemployed 13.7. Even that we disputed, this was provided by government-owned statistician. The head there was appointed by this president. So is it the case why the unemployment you took from 8.4% in 2016, as of January 2017 it was 8.4, and today it is 13.7? Is it also a case that now I can go to my constituency in Tamale Central and count all the fuel stations there, and that would explain the number of factories that were built by this government? Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Mr. Chair, I want to believe that we are on live radio, live television, and therefore things we say here should be put in the right context. In fact, the definition he gave was in respect of the question which was asked, the observations which were made here. So I don't want it to appear as if we are trying to redefine what a factory is in the ordinary understanding of the Ghanaian. But then he said that in relation to the work that they do, I want us to put that in the right perspective. But then coming back to this issue of unemployment, I'm happy you yourself, you observed that in 2016, the unemployment rate was 8.4. And then I'm also happy you alluded to a report from the Statistical Service, which also said the unemployment rate had moved to 13 point something. But the recent figure issued by the Statistical Service was as late as about a week or two ago, in which, and I want you to listen very well, in which the government statistician was quoted as saying that those who are not in school, those who are not in work, and those who are not in training amount to 1.9 million persons. Pardon?
He was here last week, Wednesday, and he said 1.8.
Yes, but the one which was reported in the media.
No, we are talking about the man. The man was here. Okay, go ahead.
That makes it even better for me.
Yes.
I'm advancing an argument.
Yes.
You agree with me that for those who are not in school, some can be at a lower age as 6. Some can be at 10. Some can be at 11. But the employable age in Ghana is 15. So if somebody is, say, 14 and is not working, that person cannot be said to be unemployed. But even that, I am assuming that all the 1.8 are persons who have reached the employable age and are not working. We have a population of 32 million, approximately. The adult population, those below 15 years, are 38%. So which then means that about 62% of the population are within the employable age. So even using simple mathematics, it means that you have about 1.8 out of expected 22 million who are not working. If you do the
Honorable Minister, let me stop you there. You are not the government statistician.
No.
Wait, listen to me. I'll give you the government statistician was here last week Wednesday, and he told this committee that the employable population of Ghana is 11 million. You are mentioning 22 million. No, he said it here. Oh, please. He was here. It's a record that we can even recall it from the audiovisual, has people to play. He said the employable population in Ghana is 11 million. Those that are not employment are 1.8 million. And the unemployment rate is 13.7. And I proved to him that using the 1.8 million and the 11 million will give you a 16.3%. That is what happened last week, Wednesday. So please, we will not take your figures because you are not a government statistician. We will not take your figures.
Mr. Chairman,
Minister, please, we will not take your figures.
Yes,
but you are not the government statistician.
But allow me to also respond.
But we will not take your figures.
I am not saying take my figures, but you are
misleading the whole country.
Mr. Chairman, I also have the right to react to the.
You are misleading the whole house. You are misleading. The government statistician was here, and he told this committee, he told the whole country.
It will respond.
So we will not take yours. You say it, but we won't take it. Say it.
Well, Chairman, I think yes, it's good you have given me the floor. I also want to say here that my understanding, and of course, the definition of the employed population, if indeed the government statistician indicated that the employable population in Ghana is 11 million, then perhaps, I don't know from where he's coming from in terms of definition. No, in terms of definition. Because, Mr. Chairman, please, with the greatest respect, I do know that anybody that has reached the employable age and not have reached the age of retirement is within the employable bracket. And like I indicated, if you segment the population, we have those who are below the age of 15. Such persons cannot be said to be within the employable age. And then we have those who are also above 60. The actual retirement age of Ghana is 60. So those population will also not be within the employable age. But all those between the ages of 15 and 60 are within the employable age. And of course, if you do the segmentation, this figure cannot be 11 million. Perhaps what he said was that there are 11 million persons who are in employment. Perhaps, yes, I wasn't here, and I'm not privy to what he said. But
Honorable Minister, I think you have made your points. Unfortunately, we will not take your explanation.
Well,
we'll take the one who have been appointed as a statistician for government. He gave out the numbers, the figures to us. If you're in that position, we would have taken your figures. But unfortunately, you are not there. You are the Minister for Employment. In fact, left to you alone, the unemployment would have been 1%.
But Mr. Chairman, also to be fair to me too, when it comes to the subject of employment, it is also not the area of the government statistician in terms of definition. That is my work. So if I agree with you,
I disagree with you.
I agree with you that when it comes to the figures, they are the right people who can come up with the figures. I don't have a problem with that. But when it comes to definition of what employment is. I don't think that any person is better situated to do that than me.
Honorable Minister, I disagree with you. The area I disagree with you is that the government statisticians were covered the whole sectors, all sectors of governance, which covers employment. Everything. That is his sector. He covers everything. So you can't say that when it comes to employment, it doesn't go into government statistician. He covers every part, everything. They do their numbers to cover every sector, production, whatever, mention it. So in terms of employment, in fact, that is also one of the key areas that the government statistician work on. So he came here and will go by his numbers, not yours.
Well, with the greatest respect, Honorable Chair, I don't think you got me right. I didn't say the government statisticians do not have a role when it comes to turning out employment figures. But I said when it comes to definition of employment and the space within which employment works, I am better situated to do that than the government statistician.
No, Vice, as you go ahead. Let me thank Vice for the opportunity. Yes, Minister, I think that you have done well trying to explain all these things. I mean, that's your job. But whether or not there's unemployment, the people out there will be the best to say it. Now, my question is, within 2 years in Western region, 16 factories, by your definition, collapsed. What it means is that you are losing revenue. Because if they were in existence, they will be renewing their licenses so that you get money. What are you doing to ensure that companies don't collapse at this rate? Because within 2 years alone, between 2021 and 2023, 16 companies collapsed under your watch. Is it only revenue that you are interested in collecting, or there's something that you need to do to ensure that these companies survive so that you can keep taking the revenue? That's my question.
I want to clarify it more. We have companies that go to merger and acquisition. Then we have companies that do change of names. So when you go to a location, you don't find them. Maybe they move to another location. We have mergers and those things.
It's not about maybe here.
So
listen to me. My question is that per the records we have here, 30 companies defaulted, and you were supposed to chase them for the money. In your own words, you are saying that 16 of them are not existing again. They've collapsed. What it means is that the revenue that they were supposed to even pay, we are losing it. And that's what we are discussing here. And even into the future, because they don't exist, you are not going to get money. And I'm saying that, what are you doing to ensure that we don't lose revenue? And we're just looking at only one region, Western region. If you're going to extrapolate this, okay, taking other regions into consideration, we are talking about huge numbers of collapsed factories, using your own definition. So what are we doing?
Thank you very much. For our work, our health and safety improves you to have productivity, take care of your GDP, because when, look at COVID came, without health and safety, you cannot even plan anything in the whole world. So our health and safety inspections bring more companies to be viable rather than collapse. But if they collapse, it means that it's not our mandate. We want to make sure that companies are working so that they can employ the Ghanaian population. Thank you.
All right, let's move to the next. Let's move to the next one.
Yeah,
Let's move to the next one. Paragraph 1356. Honorable Sam George.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, may you live long. Paragraph 1356. Unpaid workmen's compensation. And there is a very long list of 22 employees who sustained injuries in the course of their official duties, who have not been paid their workman's compensation, totaling 703,642 cedis, 20 pesos. In fact, out of this money, only ECG has paid two of the employees 53,121 Ghana cedis, 46 pesos. What is the situation right now with the outstanding workman compensation?
Mr. Chair, I thought that's the subject we dealt with earlier.
Minister, you should be paying attention to the paragraph. So. This is a different paragraph. What you dealt with the chairman was paragraph 150 to 152, and that had to do with Labor Department Suhum. Now we are talking about Labor Department Takrady. Paragraph 156.
Honorable Minister, what we dealt with was uncollected revenue. That was it, right?
The uncollected revenue had to do with the factories.
Yes.
Yes, but we had...
Now we are talking about unpaid workman's comp.
Yeah, we the first one we dealt with, I think he's right. The first one we dealt with relates to Suhum, but there's another one on Takrady.
Yes, yes.
ECG.
And most of the people are with ECG.
In fact,
Mr.
Minister,
Chairman, if I may.
this one has to do with ECG people, PDS, Ghana Railway Company, quality control and cocoa marketing. But a lot of the people are with ECG and PDS. I don't know if the cables were shocking them. And then the railway company too, I don't know whether they left Takrady to come and work on Jomama's Tema and Pakadan railway line. But a lot of the people are either PDS, ECG, or railway company. So do you have a response to this one?
Yes, we do. Mr. Chair, I think that the initial question when I was answering provided answers to the initial question instead of this one. So the cases of railway and Cocoa Board, those ones have been paid. But ECG, PDS, those ones are still outstanding.
Sir, do you have a copy of the Auditor General's report?
Yes, I do.
And the questions that we were asking those questions from the book. So the first question that you said you answered is different from this one that Honorable Sam George is asking.
Yes. Initially, I think I did.
Please look at it very well. If you don't have a copy, we'll be more than happy to get you a copy of Auditor General's report.
Yes, I think 5 persons from railway have been paid.
Which 5? Because I have 6 people on the list here. On the table provided by the Auditor General, there are 6 people. For Railways Company, there are 6 people. Mr. Peter Gansa, Mr. Zephaniah Santia Kufo, Mr. Alex Boachi Benya, Mr. Alfred Yenzu, Mr. John Kwame Asante, and Mr. Samuel J. So which 5, which one is outstanding?
In the case of railway, Mr. Alex Boachi Benya has been paid.
Okay.
Mr. Alfred Yenzu has been paid.
Okay.
Mr. John Kwame Asante has been paid.
Okay.
Mr. Samuel Ajay has been paid.
Why is it that the namesake of our president has not been paid? Mr. Zephaniah Asante Akufo.
Oh, Honorable. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Why has he not been paid? Because, and in fact, his compensation is the biggest from railway, 121,136. So why haven't they paid the president's namesake?
That is not the president's namesake. This is only Akufo. President is Akufo-Addo.
So he's a half namesake of the president. But why has he not been paid 121,000? Is there a dispute over? Is there a dispute over his claim?
No, Honorable Chair, it is a process. We are still following them to get it paid.
I mean, his claim has been pending since 2021. Oh, guys, in 2021, you see, in 2021, Chief, are you listening to me? In 2021, when his claim was made for 121,000, and I don't know the nature of his injury, it may require, Chairman, you see, it's very important because his claim was made in 2021, and you don't know the nature of his injury. It may require external treatment, and it was 121,000 Ghana cedis. At that time, that was almost $20,000. Today, you have not paid him. At this time, thanks to the depreciation and poor management of the economy, the 121,000 is about $8,000. So it means that the longer you keep his money, if he has to go out, no, this is a Ghanaian's medical compensation. So I mean, the value of his money from $20,000 to $8,000, and you don't know when he'll get paid. Is that right?
Well, honorable member, the deputy ranking member, who is now the acting ranking member, is not comfortable. But what you have said is a fact. That 121,000 2 years ago, it was 20,000. Now it's less than that. It's factual.
At your campaign platform.
What about the ECG and PDS?
But why is this pinching you like that?
Honorable Chair,
yes.
I thought earlier on you had made some kind of ruling to the Auditor General asking that when individuals default at the expense of government, we say they should pay with interest. In the same way, the employer, when they also default, they should also pay with interest. And I think that takes care of this. I agree absolutely with the concern raised by my colleague, because persons who get or sustain injuries in the course of their duty ought to be respected and be given the necessary compensation due them by whoever engaged them in their work. And I want to associate with the call by the committee for employers to actually take such issues seriously. I still strongly believe that there should be some kind of compulsion that should be put on whoever engages to take some of these issues as serious as any other thing at the work site. So I agree with his concerns.
Yeah, but Minister, we haven't had a response to ECG and PDS. The workers of ECG and PDS. Because in fact, that is where the majority of the people are, 12 of them. ECG and PDS. What's the situation with that? Because only 2 people have got, I mean, one of the people for ECG, Miss Veronica Thompson, her compensation is 27,991 Ghana cedi. And ECG has paid her only 456 cedis. I mean, this is, what exactly is happening with ECG? Because ECG is going to be appearing before us. The MD will appear before us. So we want the information. So when the ECG MD comes here, we know how to take him on these matters.
Honorable Chair, thank you very much. I think there was a reminder to ECG, but still we have not received any response from them. So maybe when they appear, you add your...
And what about the Cocoa Board one?
Cocoa Board. Cocoa Board, they have
the quality
paid.
control.
They have paid.
Auditors, can you confirm that on this particular table, the 4 members from Cocoa Board and the 5 from Railway Company have been paid? Can you confirm that for us?
Honorable Chair, we were informed that some payment has been made, as we earlier stated, but we don't have any documentary evidence to prove.
Chairman, of the 24, we are told that 9 have been paid, but the auditors say they have no document to substantiate that. Of the others that remain, 1 is Ghana Railway and 12. In fact, the 12, we need to disaggregate it because 3 of the 12 are PDS. So now we don't know who to go and ask to pay. And then 9 are ECG. So when maybe ECG appears, Chairman, we might take it up.
I think PDS should also be ECG. It's just change of name.
Change of name. So then when they appear, the 12 people,
Yeah.
if Chairman
so
will
let's
permit to ask.
take note of this. When ECG appear, we'll have to ask them what they are doing about this thing. So you have to provide the auditor with information on those that have been paid to update their record.
Okay, Honorable, thank you very much. We shall do that.
Honorable Minister, you made a comment earlier on that some of these individuals could also sue their employers. Are these people aware? Because in the previous one at Suhum, somebody was 100% damaged. 100%. And if these people are going to wait on your ministry and probably not get any resolution to their issues, I don't know. So would they be able to get some lawyers to help them in this case?
Well, I'm not a lawyer, but I do also know that we have legal aid, that anybody that wants some kind of free bono services from the public legal systems can also appeal to. But I agree that perhaps it is not every place where you can also locate them. But whatever it is, the point I was making is that whilst it behoves on the Labor Department to ensure that they put the necessary pressures on the companies to effect the payment, the individual can also accelerate that by also adding their own pressure, either by using the legal system or any other means. So that is exactly the import of the point that I was making.
All right. So paragraph 1359, Honorable Jifa.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Paragraph 1359 is in relation to uncollected revenue amounting to 16,494. And this is because Electricity Company of Ghana, Ghana Railways Company, Quality Control Company Limited, and Cocoa Marketing Company had together defaulted in the payment of total processing fee of 16,493.63, being 2% of total workmen's compensation of 824.681.61 in favor of 27 employees from the period of 2017 to 2022. The recommendation from the Auditor General is that the Chief Labor Officer ensure that the Metro Director recovers the amount from the 4 companies and pay it into the Auditor General's recoveries account at the Bank of Ghana. Has this been done?
Honorable Chair, thank you very much. That percentage is a function of the total amount. So if the compensation is paid, then that percentage is also paid. So to the extent that they are in default, it means that it has not been paid. Yeah, that is
no.
No, the difference. Yes.
So Is that your answer? My question to you, based on the recommendation of the Auditor General, is that the Chief Labor Officer ensure that the Metro recovers the amount of 16,493.63 from the 4 companies and pays same into the recovery. And my question to you is, has this been done?
Honorable Chair, the department has recovered 5,053.06, and out of the 16,494 from the 4 companies cited.
So there's still an outstanding.
There is an outstanding, Honorable Chair.
What measures are you putting in place so that that be recovered?
The defaulting companies have been reminded of their indebtedness, and they have pledged to pay the outstanding amount of 11,440.94.
Chairman, I believe strongly that if this was coming into an individual's compensation, that individual would have chased it. But because it's coming to the state, you are letting it slide. Is that the case?
Honorable Chair, that is not the case. We are making all the efforts to get it.
Chairman, I yield to you.
If I understand the acting Chief Labor Officer, he's trying to link this payment to what we have discussed under Sam George's question. That if the Labor Office process this for the companies to pay the compensation to these workmen, 2% of the figure is paid to the Labor Office. So for the fact that UCG did not pay the compensation, they could have paid the 2% compensation. So that is how the linkage has come in. So you have to work hard for the employee to be paid, then you can also get your portion. Is that okay?
Honorable Chair, thank you very much. I think that
the last one under Ministry of Employment. This is Municipal Labor Office.